Hello and welcome back to another episode of Farm and Life at LaForge. Today we are going to be comparing our Land Rover Defender versus our Toyota Hilux, walk you around them, show you kind of the setup that we've done, and then show you them driving. So if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button below, and if you do enjoy the video, please give it a thumbs up.
Rover Defender. It's 2003. Bought it from you in Bradley's in Galway. Can't really say anything bad about it. Never let us down once. Has done a lot of hard work, nearly all trailer work. We have a 14-foot cattle trailer and a 16-foot Ivor Williams, and I wouldn't say there's a corner of France that hasn't been in. She's come. Anyone that knows Land Rovers, they'll know that they're all made out of aluminium. Now the chassis are steel. The front chassis on her are all galvanized. All the bottom chassis are normal steel. These steps I made myself because the accessories are fairly expensive on it. I made the bull bar for it as well. The winch, when we got them second-hand sheds, I tripped over that at the back of the shed, so I put it on there and I said no one will trip over it again. That light up there, I couldn't say anything only good about it. We kind of got it in Amazon there. You might see it on Lights and Gadgets last October, and it's remote control from inside in the cab. It'll fit the Hilux as well. I have a little cigarette lighter yoke up there underneath the roof rack, and it plugs in there. Especially going out, we actually leave a lot of the cows out in the 3 small fields around the shed when they're calving, and we just, if Emily is going out, she takes this or the Hilux with that light, and it's a mighty job. So going back to the Jeep, she's a TD5. BMW made that Land Rover. Ford made the one after that. So she's very smooth on the road compared to the Hilux. She's all coil springs, which I like about it. And another thing I like about it is another thing there, the 4 wheels, they're not the original wheels off it. I bought them in a scrapyard in England. Every year we go to the shows. Well, not since COVID, we haven't gone. I like the inside of it. You can just wipe them all out. They're very easy to maintain. Like I said, this machine is 18 years old or more, and she looks as good as the day we got, and there's no bother cleaning it out. It's a working machine. Every day it's worked here, and it's always pulling trailers, and actually we bring the small dogs in there. It's a lot handier. And the back is the same. I'll show you. So there are 2 work lights I put on the back of it on this. Now they don't work as good. I put other ones on the Hilux. They're telescopic. They seem to, when you're reversing the trailer, they're no good because they reflect off the cattle trailer or whatever. They'd be better off out there. So here then I have the jack, this 2.5 ton manual. I think they're a great job. We'll have one in the Hilux as well. And so then we have our bits here for fencing and other bits. Then we'll have all our tools here. All this stuff is left in this the whole time. We'll have a few more compartments here for holding stuff. And there's ratchet straps in there and another one. There's a lead here, or an airline, and it folds up itself. We have another work light here that plugs into we have a cigarette lighter just here. The grease gun, all the bits. So you don't have to be chopping and changing out of things. There's another compartment there. So she was a breakdown vehicle back in Ireland, and so when she came into Ireland, first she would have been a people carrier. She would have all seats in the back of it. So around the time I bought that, the government in Ireland were doing a special deal that they were taking off the re-registered tax. If you bought a crew cab, she's called, you could get it for 4,000 cheaper. So it's kind of a nightmare when it comes into Ireland or Wexford. That would have been all padded and everything, and windows in the back of it, and they just pull it all the pad. I don't know why they took the padding off the roof. So and they put that. That's okay, that's a good bonus. To put that partition in between the back and the front. When she came into Ireland from England, that would have been all. There was seats each side, and that was it. There's a few extras on her because she was a people carrier. There's a different steering wheel, a few little bits and pieces, but other than that, she's the roof rack was on it. It was a different guy had bought that. I hadn't bought it at that spec. I think if I had bought her, I would have got it with the metallic paint on it, no white roof. So I intend to, years to come, she's not, if she gets any worse, I might spray her all metallic. Not myself, I'll get someone to do it. So this is our Toyota Hilux. We have it about 2.5 years now. Nice machine, never give any bother. Shouldn't be a patch on the Land Rover, not because I like Land Rover or anything. It's very hard on diesel. It's not as comfortable on the road. Now, some people thought the Land Rover for being more clustered up, maybe if you're a big, huge guy. But she's a bit too glamorous, really, for a farmer. She's a Legend Sport. This is called a King Cab, is it?
Crew cab.
No, that's a crew cab. This is a King Cab. It's 1.5, I think. They call these a King Cab, I think. We'll put these covers on it because she's all cloth and carpet, and we put covers on them as well. Emily bought them on Amazon. So there's eco mode and power mode on it. She's well able to pull trailers and all like that, but in eco mode, if you have it in 6 speed, she has no power at all. So and I don't find it any lighter. Well, if she's in eco mode, she's still a lot heavier on diesel than the Land Rover, but she's lovely out to drive on long journeys. Or we had it in Scotland and everything there. We have actually a camper that fits on the back of it. We'll show it to you later on. That just lifts off and you put on the camper. She came with all she was a demonstration model, so she came with all these. They would have been all extra. The two machines, that machine would have cost the Land Rover would have cost 19,000 18 years ago. when we bought it, and this cost us 19,000 because if you're a farmer over here, you're known as a professional, and you get 20% off the Jeeps. So that was it. The chrome, that would have been an extra when she was the demonstration. Normally they come just black, and the roof racks, we got them thrown in. So then I put the telescopic LEDs on it. They're very handy for reversing the trailer. We have a CB in both of them, which is very handy as well. That light will just clamp onto the roof, the same work light, and that's about it.
No, the reversing camera.
Huh?
The reversing camera.
Oh yeah, the reversing camera is that's one real good thing about this, is the reversing camera for the trailer is there's a little reversing camera there, and it'll spot on that, no bother, and won't go into the trailer. I showed you the back of this as well. We have all the stuff in this, plus the dog, part of it. So I made that up there for holding the electric fence tanks. And there's jacks and all the bits and bobs. Anything you want. Plus sometimes we have the top off. So if you're going to a town or anything, when you close this in and you have all your tools and that, and close up the back, no one, and it locks with the centre lock, and no one can get your tools, and you don't have to be always taking them out of it. So the top then, that was off a Mitsubishi. We bought it on eBay in England. So it fitted that lovely, and like that, it's a workhorse as well. It has an adjustable drawbar, the same as the Land Rover. That was actually off a Land Rover, we put it onto it because our trailers are different heights. She's not as steady on the road as the Land Rover because there's a lot longer distance from the wheel, and if there's a heavy load she seems to go down. The Land Rover never goes down. The last load we brought back on that was the big 5-scrape plough, and it was late at night and everyone was flashing me because the lights were cutting them. You can adjust the lights on that if you did have a big heavy load. You can't adjust the lights on this one. So that's all. It never gave any bother. It's bulletproof that way. It's just the lights out on the road, or the lights, you can never turn off the lights, and if it gets dark, if you have to move cattle late in the evening or anything, it's very hard to move cattle with it because the lights are cutting the eyes out of the cattle. This one you can. So that's all. Is there anything else you want to say?
No.
You drive,
That's more comfortable to drive.
Yeah.
It's more power, more faster.
Yeah, it's faster, yeah.
Better speed. That's all.
Which one would you prefer?
The look of the Defender, but to actually drive it, I'd prefer the Hilux.
Yeah, I'm the other way around.
What? The look of the look
I
of the
prefer.
Hilux?
I think the Defender is more comfortable, but anyways.
Well, then I suppose the Defender is right-hand drive, and over here you're on. It's the wrong side. The steering wheel is the wrong side.
Yeah. So that's that was it. So I'd say if we were changing the Hilux again, I don't think I'd go for a Hilux again.
Well, you can't get a Defender.
What?
Well, you can't get a Defender now, can you?
Well, the new Defenders, I don't like the look of them. We've seen the new Jeeps, but we don't know the price of them. The Jeep is actually a Jeep itself, even though we call these Jeeps. And I said in France to call them before, or Cats. But the new Jeep is a nice looking machine, and I hear good things on them, but maybe they're awfully expensive, I don't know. So, plus I don't know if they do a kind of a commercial, a semi-commercial one to do it, claim back the tax and all. Okay, this camper also fits on the back of the Hilux. We bought it there 2 years ago. We actually did nothing with it. We planned to respray it. We've used it twice, but then COVID came, and we were in Scotland once, and where else were we? We're up in Switzerland. So
Sweden.
hopefully when the hay is finished, we might get away. We both, myself and Emily, like to get away for short breaks, and when it's ready you can just jump in that and go. One great advantage over here, you can drive anywhere, well almost anywhere. So we normally go every year to the Highland Show or the Royal Welsh, but we said we'd give it a break this year because till things calm down after the COVID. So it fits on, no bother, there's 4 jacks, and you just drop the tailboard and just reverse under it, and then you take up this up there and you hitch that on, and then at the back here there's 2 more chains. The hood on. Now the tailboard will come to there, so it's the length of the Jeep and the tailboard, and it's not a bit wavy or anything on the road. It just wants to be sprayed up. It's completely solid, fiberglass. There's not a leak in the word in it. So that's the back of it, and I can power it up now. I don't even know what it's like inside. That's it inside. So that's it. There's 2 more jacks here, and even if you wanted to, when you get to wherever you're going, you can just jack it up and leave it there. Now it just saves having to book hotels or anything, because when we're going on a holiday, it's kind of more of a driving holiday. So it's not. We thought it might be a bit wavy on the Jeep because it was a good bit back, but it's not. You wouldn't hardly notice on it. So we will spray it up, and because it's in good shape, only just it's a bit weathered, and that's all. It didn't cost an arm and a leg, and like I said, when you're on a holiday, you don't have to be booking. If you like where you are, well, you can stay there and you can just sleep in that, and we just have a cup of tea in that in the morning and get to breakfast somewhere else. So that's it. That's another part of the Hilux. So that's another reason why we got a new Hilux, because we're always going long distances. So, and the chance of breaking down is slim. Okay, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Till I see you again.